good.
We've accomplished our goal already.
Yes. We're filming. We're finally doing it.
Okay, so Braden, would you like to explain to me what you have in front of you?
What I have in front of me is a list of movies. Not just any movies,
Okay.
a top 3 list of movies.
Top 3 favorite movies? Top top 3 what?
Top 3 movies I'm feeling at the moment, I would say. I mean, I got a list of many movies that I love and enjoy and watch over and over, but these 3 I'm feeling tonight.
See, I made a list of 3 movies that I feel like everyone should see at some point.
Okay, all right. I went more with like personal favorites.
Okay.
But I guess I did try to make some sort of variety here. 2 of them are kind of similar.
So we're going to talk about them in reverse order. We're going to start with the bottom, move up to the top.
All right.
Not that they're necessarily worse than one another, but we did have one that we picked one for a reason.
That's true.
So we need to determine who goes first. Would you like to rock, paper, scissors for it?
I would love to rock, paper, scissors with you. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, I go first.
Hey, you get to
I go first. All right.
And what's your number 3?
My number 3 is The Toxic Avenger Part 2.
Okay.
This is a film. Have you seen it?
I've never heard of this.
I figured you.
Okay.
This is the one I was talking to you earlier about, where I was like, I don't know if I should put it because it's kind of obscure.
Okay.
This is a movie made by a studio called Troma. It's a low-budget film studio that makes sort of schlock, you know, campy, over-the-top, gory, disgusting, perverse movies. There's lots of titties in this movie. I must say.
That's good.
I think even some dong.
Even some dong.
Even some dong.
Some titty and dong.
Yeah. So this is the second entry in the Toxic Avenger I was gonna say trilogy.
Saga.
Saga, yeah. There's like 5 of them. This one, he goes to Japan. If you don't know who the Toxic Avenger is, he was a janitor.
Okay.
He becomes a toxic sludge monster,
Mm-hmm.
and then he saves the city, and he marries a blind woman.
Okay.
And in this movie, he has to go to Japan to find his long-lost father.
Okay.
Because he has Freudian issues.
Already I'm invested.
He has to go and he has to fight the Big Mac.
Okay.
He is also known as the Big Cheese. Some call him the Big Mac with cheese.
Is this a large man made of cheese?
No.
Or is this a man that just goes by the name Big
He just
Mac?
goes by the Big Mac.
Are there Big
He is a
Macs?
large man.
Are there Big Macs in the movie?
I
Is
don't
he
think
eating
so.
a Big Mac?
No, they just sort of named him that
This is a
because it's
terrible
fun.
character.
Well, that's him. The movie's campy, it's disgusting, it's gross, there's a lot of great kills, it doesn't take itself seriously. We gotta watch it sometime.
The Toxic Avenger, Part 2.
No problem.
Excellent. All right, I guess that means it's my turn.
Mhm.
So for my number 3 for a movie I feel like everyone should see, I picked a movie that we watched together before, Samsara.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Samsara is a good choice. There's a lot
Crazy
of
movie.
layers to Samsara. So the movie Samsara has no dialogue at all. There's like
Wait, really?
none at all.
I didn't know that.
There's music.
There's like
Visuals.
grunts, right? People grunt.
I mean, there's like people grunting in prison, but you don't like
people sing, right? Isn't there songs or something? Isn't someone sing? Don't they sing at
If
the prison?
it is, it's in like a foreign language.
Yeah, or in the background or
So
something, yeah.
there might as well be no dialogue at all. Anyway, so the movie was filmed over, I think, at least like a decade.
Uh-huh.
They go to a bunch of different foreign countries, and it's shot all on film, and it looks really good. And even though there's no dialogue, there is a story, and there's many ways to interpret it.
Uh-huh.
It's fun. There's very many memorable moments. There's a moment that happens in the middle of the movie that I love to show people just randomly.
I know.
There's dancing, there's singing, there's life, there's death, there's machine, there's man. It's got everything you want in a movie.
It's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Okay.
All right.
What's your number 2?
My number 2. This is one that I know we both seen. I know we both like. Fight Club.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Fight
Okay. Good choice.
Great choice. I didn't tell you today, but I stole your book today. I
Okay.
started reading it. So that might have influenced my take a little bit.
Okay.
But ever since I've seen I saw Fight Club kind of late.
Mhm.
You know, like I feel like
How old were you when you saw Fight Club?
like 21.
Yeah, I'm about in the same boat. I think I watched it when I was 20.
For context, we're both 22.
You're 21, actually. You're 22.
Oh right, yeah, you're 21 still.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I saw it kind of late, so I figured I wouldn't get it. And when I first watched it, I was like, that was a pretty good movie. And then I just kept thinking about it. And I kept thinking about it.
Shit we don't need.
Yes, we buy shit we don't need.
Mhm.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
We don't.
We bury it deep
We
inside.
are.
Mm-hmm.
We are, though.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of layers to it. It's about fucking masculinity. It's about man. It's about society.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good movie about society. There's not much I can really say about it that hasn't already been said. It has a great twist. I knew the twist going into it, and I bet you did too.
Yeah.
But it still works, you know?
I will say, like, it gets a lot of flack for being, like, huge film bro movie. And it is.
Yeah.
But it's still a good movie.
Well, the thing is, when you pay attention to it, it's really kind of like anti-film bro. Like, it's not like it's a bro movie, but they also criticize the overly masculine aspects.
Is it
of
like American Psycho, where like
Yeah.
people will idolize it for all the wrong
It's
reasons?
yeah.
But it's really written by like it was either written by a gay man, directed by a woman.
Fight Club's
or
written by a
vice
gay
versa.
man.
Yeah, look at that.
So, but Fight Club is, yeah, it's a satire movie. It's kind of like, you know, American Psycho or like Taxi Driver, where like you see this character transform into something else, and you're supposed to realize like, oh, that's bad that he transformed into that. There are aspects of it that are positive, but it's bad that he got to murdering people and blowing up the city or whatever. So yeah, that's my number 2 though, Fight Club.
In the end, you will thank me.
Okay, my number 2 is a movie I'm pretty sure you've seen. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen.
Okay.
Airplane.
Thanks a lot.
Sure. You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Airplane?
We watched the first like 20 minutes of it once, and then I think we just like moved on to other things, or like we got distracted or something. But yeah, I've never seen
So
it.
Airplane holds kind of a special place in my heart because it was a movie that I remember I watched with my mom and my stepdad, and I was maybe a little too young for it, but like it was funny in a way that like every generation can appreciate. You know, there's some dated stuff about the 70s and 80s in there, but like what's funny is that the movie has like very like funny satirical lines, but it just takes it seriously. Like there's not a moment where
It's all played straight.
It's not like an Avengers movie where they all pause for like a laugh track. Like
That is America's ass.
like, and there's so many iconic quotable moments. Stewardess, I speak jive. I take my coffee black like my men. Like all these like random ass quotes that people that will work its way in pop culture that people don't even know about. And it's also just silly and fun. And I've seen the sequel. The sequel's not nearly as good, but and it's got a silly poster of an airplane twisted in a knot. And I will say, Autopilot, the character in the movie, is one of my favorite characters in all cinema.
All of cinema.
All of cinema.
Wow.
Airplane.
All right, Braden.
It's number 1. It's
Number one time.
Can we get a drum roll? My number 1 is Old Boy.
누구냐 너?
뭐 내가 중요하진 않아요. 왜가 중요하지.
날 왜 가둔 거냐?
잘 생각해봐요. 문제 풀면 채점해 줄 테니까.
Old Boy. Okay,
Old
you
Boy.
talked about this before.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
South Korean movies, you know those South Koreans, great at the cinema, great at the cinema. Old Boy, it's a revenge. Do you know anything about Old Boy? Do you know what it's about at all?
I know there's 2 versions of it, isn't there?
Not that I know.
I thought there was 2. Okay.
Okay.
You've
Maybe
explained
there
it
is.
before. Explain it again.
Okay. It's based on a manga, but they've kind of like changed it completely from what I don't know anything about the manga. I just know that it's not anything like it, basically.
Okay.
But basically, there's this guy named Odesu, and one day he's drunk off his ass, right? And then he just gets taken and thrown into a hotel.
Okay.
and he has all these questions on his mind. Why was I put here? What's going on? You know, why won't they let me leave? You know, and then 15 years later, they set him free.
So he lived in the hotel for 15 years.
Yeah, and then they just set him free. And so he has that one question on his mind. Why did they set me free? Why did they do this to me? And he becomes this machine fueled by revenge, plowing down all these people to get to this one man and fucking murder him. And it's a fucking dark movie.
It sounds intense.
It's twisted, it's disturbing. It will have your jaw on the floor by the end.
Wow.
It is maybe the
Is it
most
like
shock.
is it an action movie also? Like, does he become like
Yes.
a badass?
Yeah, he's definitely a badass. There's a very famous hallway fight scene that inspired the Daredevil hallway fight scene, where it's one shot and there's like 10 guys and he's just beating them up. He has like a hammer, he gets a hammer stuck in his back, pulls it out. It's awesome, it's epic. And it's iconic.
It's great.
Mhm.
Sounds awesome.
What's your number one?
My number one, I feel like you may have anticipated this.
Yeah.
My favorite movie, It's Such a Beautiful Day.
I knew it.
Will was born late Tuesday morning into a world of orange and red.
This is a great movie for many reasons. Number one, it's beautiful.
It's such a beautiful.
It's good to watch any day.
Uh-huh.
That is one of the things I really like about the movie, is that it is a movie that I feel like I could show anybody. Now, I feel like some people may not like it. Like, I feel like this isn't a movie necessarily to show grandma, because you'll get depressed and disturbed.
Yeah,
And like, that was
right.
life.
Uh-huh.
But the movie is somewhat depressing, but it's also very funny. Like, there's a moment with a leaf blower that's so funny. So let me explain the plot a little
It
bit.
starts off pretty funny, I would say. And it gets progressively more depressing
Yeah.
as the movie goes on.
But it's still funny.
Yeah.
So what I'll say I like about this movie a lot. Number one, it is so simply drawn. It's literally stick figures, but you really connect with the character, like, or the main character.
They're cute. They're charming.
It's hard to talk about the movie without really giving a lot of it away. But the basic premise is this main character is going through some sort of illness and he doesn't totally understand it.
Right.
But there's hijinks. It's silly. There's moments where I know it's been compared to what's the name of that album? Everything Everywhere at the End of Time or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's been compared to that. You sort of see some deterioration with this guy's life and like what is the purpose of memory and past and life and death even.
It's very experimental too, like the animation and stuff. They do a lot of. You think the style is going to be one thing, and then it'll shift, and they'll introduce a new element, or like picturesque photography, like just mixed in there and stuff like that.
Well, and one thing that's pretty interesting too is that the movie was released as 3 different short films. And when I watched the movie, I just saw them all together. I can't imagine having watched one and then waited months and then seen the other one.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's not that I'm like so eager to get into it, but I just feel like it works better when you watch them all back
Of
to
course.
back.
Yeah.
And I think the ending is not exactly expected, but it's really good. And
It's earned.
It's earned. You think about it, and it's a movie that stays with you. And it's a movie that after you see it, you'll want to show other people it.
Definitely.
It's a movie that you'll want to show other people, so you can just say that you've seen and experienced that same movie.
You've shown many people this movie.
Yes,
right?
this is my go-to movie. This is the movie that maybe got me my girlfriend in a way.
Whoa.
No
way.
I won't give Don Hertzfeld all the credit. I think I had a little something to do with that.
You got the Riz.
I got the Don Hertzfeld Riz. Anyway, but it's a beautifully simple movie. There's, again, a lot of quotable moments. There's a lot of moments that you'll see, like, millennials get tattooed on them, or just alt people.
Yeah.
Very good. I would recommend anyone. It's hard to find, though. It's like you can only buy it on Blu-ray. It used to be on Criterion. It used to be on Netflix a long time ago.
It's not on any of those.
No,
anymore?
you have to buy it to
That
watch it.
sucks.
But it is worth it.
I bet there's a Criterion Blu-ray of it though.
Yes, that's what I
very
heard.
nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I would say that's worth it.
It's such a beautiful day.
So,
Alright. I think our list is pretty good. I think yours portrays you pretty well. I think mine portrays me pretty well.
now, here's a question, Brayden.
Uh-huh.
What were some movies that you were worried would be on my list that we would have crossed over?
Ooh.
I had one that I think we both wanted to talk about, but
What?
I didn't put it on because I felt like the end of Evangelion.
For
See, that is in like my top 10 favorite movies, but like I worry about putting it on like a list or anything like that, like a list of top movies, just because it requires that you watch a show first. You know, like I know that's not a bad thing. It still works great as a movie. It's still a fun experience. We showed someone that
Yes,
who'd never
we've
seen
never
the show.
seen the whole show and she liked it.
Yeah, but I would say it's one of my favorite movies just because of that prerequisite. I was like, I can't put it in my top 3 because it doesn't stand on its own. But it is a beautiful.
But let's talk about it a little bit. Why is it like? Because for me, I feel like it's a movie that I like everyone to see the show too. But number one, visually, it's really cool.
Yes. Visually, it's the coolest.
It has twists. I mean, obviously every movie has twists,
Uh-huh.
but it has like a few big things in there that I just did not expect
It
from
has
the characters.
It has most twists are like built up in movies, whereas this movie it likes to just shove things in your face, which I love. It just likes to smash cut to things that are shocking.
And I love that when it ends, I was kind of like
Mm-hmm.
left. Like initially, I was sort of dissatisfied because I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't know if I like this ending better than the show ending.
Right.
But then the more I think about it, and the more the show ending and the movie ending sort of like play off each other,
Right.
I really like both of them.
Like we said, the animation is stunning. Like when they're ripping all the guts out of her and she's just screaming. A lot of screaming in that movie.
And I think some of the stuff that I like about It's Such a Beautiful Day is some of the same stuff we like about the end of Evangelion.
course.
Like we mentioned, like you've said before that there's parts in the end of Evangelion where it just is very experimental and it
Yeah.
switches from just hand-drawn animation to just photos of fish.
Yeah.
And, like real people in movie
Right.
theaters. And like didn't he put like death threats that he got?
Yeah, there's a lot of like social context to that movie too. A lot of that movie, people argue and debate about this, but there's a strong argument to believe that that movie was made as a response to the fan base in a way that Hideki
He was
Anno,
critiquing.
yeah, he was looking at his fan base and he was saying, all right, this is you. This is the path you're going down. If you want to end up like me, if you keep obsessing over Evangelion, here's where you'll be. And it's a beautiful tale.
It's a great movie. All right. I think we covered everything thoroughly.
I think so too. I think we bid this adieu.
Adieu.